Welcome to our channel, your trusted source for the latest political updates and in-depth analysis from around the world. If you are new here, make sure to hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a breaking story. Let's dive right into today's top news. Democrats are accusing President Donald Trump of abusing the power of his office and weaponizing the Justice Department, while legal experts continue to debate the controversial case surrounding former FBI Director James Comey. The clash between President Trump and Democrats has intensified as questions mount over how the Justice Department handled matters involving Comey. At the heart of the debate is whether the administration has crossed a line by using legal authority as a political weapon, rather than as an impartial enforcer of the law. For many Democrats, this is not just about James Comey. It is about a broader pattern in which Trump, in their view, has sought to undermine independent institutions in order to shield himself and to target his critics. Comey's dismissal back in May 2017 already ignited a political firestorm. Trump argued at the time that Comey mishandled the Hillary Clinton email investigation and lost the confidence of both Democrats and Republicans. But critics saw it differently. They claimed Trump fired Comey to obstruct the FBI's ongoing investigation into possible ties between his campaign and Russia. That investigation later became the responsibility of special counsel Robert Mueller. His final report left a complicated legacy, but confirmed that Russia interfered in the 2016 election in an effort to boost Trump's chances. Now, years later, Comey's name is back in the headlines as Trump's Justice Department revisits matters related to him. Democrats accuse the president of directing Justice Department officials to dig into Comey in ways that appear politically motivated rather than legally sound. They point to selective leaks, sudden investigations, and harsh rhetoric from Trump himself as signs that the Justice Department is being weaponized against a political opponent. Legal experts remain divided. Some argue the president has broad authority over the Justice Department and is entitled to demand accountability from officials who may have mishandled sensitive investigations. Others warn that even if the president has the legal authority, the way Trump uses his power raises serious ethical and constitutional concerns. To them, this is not just about what is technically legal. It is about how a democracy should function and whether independent agencies can remain credible when political pressure is so openly applied. Democrats in Congress have not held back. House leaders and Senate Democrats say this is part of a dangerous pattern in which Trump undermines the rule of law for personal and political gain. They cite examples such as Trump's repeated attacks on prosecutors who investigated his allies, his interventions in cases involving Roger Stone and Michael Flynn, and his public demands for investigations into rivals like Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. For Democrats, the situation with Comey is one piece of a larger puzzle that paints a disturbing picture of a president unwilling to respect the traditional boundaries of his office. For Trump and his allies, the argument is very different. They insist the president is right to hold officials accountable, and that Comey was a controversial figure who made poor decisions while leading the FBI. They highlight Comey's handling of the Clinton email case as proof he undermined public confidence by publicly commenting on an investigation in ways that broke with Justice Department guidelines. Trump supporters argue that if anyone politicized law enforcement, it was James Comey himself, and that the department today is simply trying to clean up the mess he left behind. The debate has also spilled into the media. Conservative outlets portray Comey as a disgraced bureaucrat who failed the country, while liberal commentators frame him as one of many targets in Trump's campaign to weaken institutions that stand in his way. Comey has become a symbol of the broader conflict between Trump and the idea of independent law enforcement. His story reflects how divided the nation has become over the balance of power between the presidency and institutions meant to remain neutral. Public opinion is equally polarized. Among Trump supporters, there is little sympathy for Comey, often seen as part of the so-called deep state that sought to undermine Trump from the beginning. Among critics of the president, there is alarm that Trump has been able to openly pressure the Justice Department and face few consequences. For independent voters, the story adds another layer of fatigue. 2 years of bitter political battles in Washington Legal scholars continue to weigh in. Some point to the Constitution, which grants the president broad powers over the executive branch, including the Department of Justice. They argue Trump technically has the right to order investigations and even fire officials, but they caution that what is legal is not always appropriate. Others argue that the Justice Department depends on norms of independence that go beyond the letter of the law, and in their view, Trump's actions may not be illegal, but they undermine public trust. Comey himself has remained vocal. Since his firing, he has written books, given interviews, and testified before Congress. He has described Trump as someone who sought personal loyalty above all else, and pressured him in ways inappropriate for a head of state. Trump, in turn, has lashed out, calling Comey names on social media, and accusing him of lying under oath. Their feud has become one of the defining rivalries of Trump's presidency. As the political battle continues, many Americans are asking about the long-term consequences. Some fear the Justice Department may never fully recover from the perception that it was politicized. Others argue that institutions are resilient, and new leaders will eventually rebuild trust. But what is clear is that the case of James Comey has become more than a personnel dispute. It has become a referendum on how far a president can go in bending institutions to his will, and whether Congress, the courts, or the public are willing to push back. The stakes are high, not just for Comey, but for the entire system of checks and balances. If a president can pressure the Justice Department to go after his critics and protect his allies, then the principle of equal justice under the law begins to erode. Democrats warn this could set a dangerous precedent. Republicans argue that shielding officials like Comey from accountability could also damage credibility. If mistakes go unpunished, the American people are caught in the middle, watching Washington consumed by another fight over power, principles, and politics. For some, it is a reminder of why they feel disillusioned. For others, it is a call to action, to defend democracy in whatever way they believe is necessary. As the legal debates continue, one thing is clear: the clash over James Comey is not just about the past. It is about the future of presidential power and the independence of America's most important institutions. The outcome may shape how future generations view the boundaries of executive authority and the resilience of the rule of law. The story is far from over, with Democrats determined to keep up pressure, Republicans defending the president, and legal experts split. This remains one of the most significant political dramas of the era. James Comey's name, once tied mainly to the FBI's handling of major cases, is now forever linked to the divisive presidency of Donald Trump. This has been our detailed report on the accusations that President Trump abused power and weaponized the Justice Department in the case involving former FBI Director James Comey. Thank you for watching and for staying informed with us. Don't forget to subscribe for more breaking updates, in-depth analysis, and stories that matter to you. Hit the like button if you found this coverage insightful, and share your thoughts in the comments. Stay tuned for our next update as we continue to bring you the news that shapes our world.